This is Ken Long at Tortoise Capital with the daily debriefing for June 6, 2016. Market is still in bullish normal conditions. Our upper target is at 213, the all-time swing high. You can see that the 10-period regression channel is sloping up. The 30 has reversed and sloping up. We have the dragon came down, found support at the bottom of the river, and is rolling up. You can see the slope of the 30 is crossed back above the zero line, is now back in the positive territory. Strong support at 204, well above the 200-day moving average, which is stabilized around 200 and starting to actually increase a little bit. Jaws of PPO are open to the upside. We've been overbought for 10 days. If we reject this 213 resistance level, we're looking for support at 209 here in the middle of the dragon, edge of the river, and then the Bollinger Band mean at 207, and then finally down at 204. Today's price action was a positive move from Friday's doji. It was an upward day with reasonable range. Taking a quick look at today's daily report. Just 3 in the auto framer. The risk index is back into the green and sloping up. That's favorable. Green bullish and white bullish on the 200-day moving average. Stretch stat and the slope of the 50 is positive. Volatility remains very low. ADX is up to almost 20 now with the bulls in charge. That's favorable. A couple channeling signals in Home Depot and a handful of dojis. Lots of good frog quality numbers. Home Depot RSI 2 value of 5. I'd be looking for Nike as a follow-through, 2.3 reward to risk ratio, and it was a big percent winner today. ETF 30, the VIX at 3.9 to 1 is also a 5DD. Lots of good frog quality numbers here also. Oil, metals and mining, and energy sector. Losing today, the VIX, real estate, and treasury. So that's the negatives on the defensive plays and positive on these commodities. A couple auto framers that test out well, and a handful of good squeezes. Amazon looks interesting. Walmart, Disney. Very favorable 30-day regression line improvement, and showing some improvement here. It found support at the long-term average, and still early in the game, but it's trying to get above this recent resistance level here. Quick stats. Materials, Cliff Natural Resources. XLV should be of interest to us as well. Slope of their 30-period regression line is favorable. The 90 is still well above the river. And the 10 is backed off a little bit, but this is a favorable condition here. Some frog statistics. Let's take a look at some of the trades from today. Some work here from, I think, Yolanda with the hybrid frog. My preference is the owl entry. If, waiting from 9 to just around 10. That's 45 minutes into the session. And you've got an owl developing here. So if you take the hybrid frog, I think this has to be your exit here rather than here, so that you can get the owl entry as it breaches the dragon, and then the size of that loss is really the same, the size of this gain, which came down to Z2, and you had opportunities in here to get a favorable trade. I don't mind this short at all. I think this is a very reasonable short. I like this profit or the capital preservation and the stop and reverse. I like because now you have a 1, 2, 3 pocket entry going long. That's not a bad shot. Very nicely executed pocket entry here. 1, 2, 3. A reasonable starting off around Z2, then marching it upward and locking one in. Didn't let much escape. He captured, let's see, the maximum favorable excursion, 0.85. You captured 0.5. That's pretty good. I like this entry here, and I don't mind cutting it early. If this thing's going to go, we'd like to see that go, but it didn't. And if this fails, it's the Bollinger Band mean, and then it comes down and tests this swing low, and there's no reason to stick around that long. So I like that opportunity. That was a low risk idea. This is Jeff and James working on a version of a robotic trade for the hybrid frog. You can see some of the entries that it was taking here. That one's really nice. So's that one. So's this one. This should be an entry right about here. That's a morning hook and a new high of the day. That's automatic. Reasonable entry. Also a reasonable entry. I think you could also get this here if you take a look at this as a new high of the day, and probably a hybrid frog box off the low would be my guess. Is that I think you get this entry here in the same way that you got this one here. So very interesting work. And you can see the favorable. There's 2R, half an R, fractional win, 1.3R, 0.3R. Not bad for a robot. Very nice owl entry, short side from Yasik. There's the unambiguous move, the RLCO outside the river, the 30 rolls over, the dragon is rolling over, the 10 crosses the dragon, enter, stop here above the hump, gets the second position as it breaches the VWAP, not showing signs of failing after 1, 2, 3, 4. Really nice cover, 1.21, just like downtown. Here's a hybrid frog short and a cover, a re-entry, and then on the long side, that's a really nice exit after a Z3. Could we have gotten maybe more of that? Still, it's pretty good. You're on the near side of the dragon. I don't have any heartburn with that. So that's the June 6th. Work continuing apace, making bricks, building walls, refining our craft. We'll be talking about a lot of this stuff at our research weekend and live trading week in Kansas City. We'll be recording all those sessions and making those videos available for those of you that can't make it. So look forward to sharing that with you. This is Ken Long at Tortoise Capital. Keep your risk measured and your powder dry.